I've been practicing this year. Thank you for sharing. Welcome in, guys. I'm going to do some more sorting and trying to sell 8-tracks tonight. I scheduled some shows ahead of time. If you want to bookmark them, I'm going to do, for the next week or so, I'm going to do the early morning cassette shows, and then I'll probably do sometime in the evening, I'll do 8-tracks. And just going to be unboxing for probably a couple weeks until I get enough to do some scanning shows, because nothing is sorted. Hey, Chip and Sissy. I bookmarked your show. Gonna try to catch it on Saturday. You must have just listed it. There were no bookmarks on it yet. All right. Is anybody here actually looking for 8-tracks? Or are you just here to see the shit show? You are? Okay. That's good. I was giving a master class on how not to sell cassette tapes this morning. I do have some repair supplies. I've got really good pads. I've got the best pads you're ever going to find in my store. Lots of people, Chip and Sissy. I don't have anything sorted. I've got hundreds of thousands of albums, tapes, vinyl, 8-tracks, but it's all in boxes. So I'm doing these shows where I'm flipping through them, running real quick auctions, and most of them don't sell. And then I sort them, and I'm putting them on shelves. And when I have a bunch on the shelves, I'll have some shows where I scan the shelves, and somebody bought something. Oh, thank you, whoever that was. Oh, Ghost Records, you got a crown. But yeah, at this point, there's no way for me to tell what I have. Thank you, Ghost. I've got a banana box full of 8-tracks over here tonight. I'm gonna go through them all. I'm gonna start here real quick. If you are into 8-tracks and you're into cassettes and you like using whatnot, it's worth checking out my long-winded block of text there on my blog, on my website, that's in the show notes. Because I'm going to sell a specific way, and I'm not going to repeat myself at every show 50 times of what I'm doing. And even if people ask eventually, because it's just, did you read it, Bishy? It's a big, long, it's like 15 bullet points on just the, I just happened to see that it was on there, Chip. Yeah, that's not something we want to, Bishy. That's not something we want to keep telling everybody. And there's not many sellers on here that do 8-tracks, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I've got probably 158 tracks. I'm going to flip through them 4 at a time. Like it says on that page in the blog, if you see something you want and you bid, you can tell me 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't want to spell out which one you want. And that's the numbers it's always going to be, either on the 8-track shows or the cassette shows. I didn't see you had one listed, Bishy. I will do that when I sit down to watch Richard Simmons tonight. I would try it now, but I tend to, on the iPad, I tend to disappear when I try to do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. As I have these shows, I will have some stuff that's listed in the auction, and everything should be listed in these auctions, and the buy now should be media. If there's something you want from the auction tab, there's not much in there yet, but if there's something you want me to run, whether it's a cassette or 8-track or whatever it is, just let me know, and I will. I can run those things. So we're gonna start with the ones we got up there. We've got Osmonds, John Denver, Bread, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I'm just gonna do 10-second auctions and rip through them pretty quick. And there are coupons for $1 and $2 off in the link in the show notes. I will update that on a daily basis. Maybe we'll do 15 seconds just to give me a little bit more time to sort these. Compilation, Disco Hustle, Queen the Game, Johnny Rivers, Apollo 100. It's not focusing right. Now I'm going to cram them all in one room, Bishy. So those are running. I've got to list a bunch of them before I go over to that room, because I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put them all. I don't know if I have any 8-track players that I can help you out there, Chip and Sissy. I think I might only have one working 8-track player at this point. So what's that? Macondo? Heads, Hands, and Feet. That is Sealed War, and that's a Sealed Charlie Pride. Thank you, Butterfly. And you even did that after I forgot to feed your fish. Chet Atkins, Tennessee Ernie Ford. Oh, that's a late one there. Look how rough he looks. He's old. That one's from 1980. That's the fat Elvis phase of Tennessee Ernie Ford's career. And there is a head cleaner. The tape is in there, and it's got the notch like a quad. What are you too old for, Bushy? Nobody wants fat Tennessee Ernie Ford. Oh my. I run that one. It's off to the side. It's got Fonzie. It's got the original long box Fonzie favorites. Fishy, thank you. Hey, Whitebeard Records. All right, this no, it doesn't have a gummy roller. Credence, Bill Wyman Stone Alone. And there's an AC/DC. Somebody was asking about AC/DC. And those are running. Thank you, Jinxie. You got a crown too. Everybody gets a crown. It's not real hard to get a crown. Which one would you like? If you missed it, you can tell me 1, 2, 3, or 4. I assume you want the AC/DC, but the Credence is a pretty early one if you're into collecting them. Alrighty, thank you. I think if I sell one, which I think the other person was bidding on the AC/DC too, but I'll swap it out with a single one in case somebody wanted one of the other ones. Since I'm only doing 15-second auctions. Added Cars Candy O.
We offer Medicaid plans that cover the whole you, from doctors and medications to assistance with housing, transportation, and healthy meals.
Thanks again, Jinxie. Takes the Credence. And since you only were the only bidder, I'll just swap them all out then. And that's pretty much the way I'll do it. We have Meltillis. There's another head cleaner. Another head cleaner. That one looks like it had a refurbished strip in there. And that one's got the strip in there still. And this is Hymns of Praise. And those are running. Hey, Fletch. They can't all be good ones, Butterfly. If I had them all sorted out already and I knew where the good ones are at, I would just do good ones. And it would be more fun for me and everyone here, but they're not sorted, so. John Denver Christmas album. The Inspiration Songs of Love, that's some sort of Christian. Joni Eareckson. And let's see, this is a I don't know all my years off the top of my head, but this is a very early Chrysler demo tape, and it's got a gummy roller on it and a hair. Look at that. And those are running. And that's right. I've had some of those cassette shows I had people buy some of the stuff I never thought anybody would buy. And if you haven't read the show notes, there's some that I will pull out and probably not put on the shelves. Like I may pull out that Chrysler and put it in the buy now. That's a ridiculously rare tape. I mean, that's one of the first years they ever made them. And you only got them if you bought the car. What did Butter? I don't think it skipped. That is a Young Holt Unlimited Mellow Dreaming, and it's got a gummy roller. Very early Dolly Parton with a gummy roller. That'll be fun to fix. And there's Larnell, I think his last name's Harris. And there's a little bit younger Tennessee Ernie Ford, but not much. He's still puffy there. So those was the running. Hey, Beast Garden Vintage. Look at me, Bishy, saying hey to people that come in, making a concerted effort. Osmond's Christmas album, Sunday Evening Hymn Sing. That's probably a compilation. Ooh, early Beatles Rubber Soul. That's a first issue on that one. Let's see if anybody cares. And the Kenny Rogers with Dottie West. Holy cow, that was a ridiculously good deal. That's worth a lot more than $4. Hates the Beatles. That's a really good deal there. And add a Dolly Parton in there. Run that again, but I'm sure you were both bidding on the Beatles tape. He wants a carrot. Liberace, Piano Favorites. Very early Bee Gees Odessa with a gummy roller. Frankie Lane, That Lucky Old Son, and Neil Diamond Live at the Troubadour. Those are running. Hey, Robert. Kiss Love Gun. Very nice condition. Jacobs Brothers. The label falling off. Jim Reeves, Blue Side of Lonesome. That one's got a gummy roller. Nobody wants Jim Reeves anyway. And that's the Yellow Pages. Pretty early and scarce one. And that is running. I used to feed my guinea pig carrots all the time. That's why he died. $5 kiss, can't beat that. Thanks, Jinxie. Oh, there's a Beatles Alpha and Omega bootleg. We'll see if anybody really collects them. That Yellow Pages is pretty rare. Any disco? I don't know, Jinxie. I'm just sorting at this point. I've got hundreds and hundreds of boxes of these, and I'm going to do one banana box full tonight. Eventually, I'll have some shows. Those are running where I have them already sorted, and they're on the shelves. You can save that Alpha and Omega out. Those used to sell for at least $50. Those are pretty scarce bootlegs. But you gotta be a Beatles fan, I guess. Thank you for sharing, Jinxie. Memorex head cleaner with the thing intact. Don Ho. Ooh, it's a Learjet, but it's a gummy roller. See, Bishy, see these rollers? When you put it in the player, there's this metal bar. It's like they call it a capstan that spins like on a cassette player and spins that around. But the earliest tapes, the rollers got gummy on them over time, and they turned into goo. See, that one's a good one, and it would just spin and it pulls the tape along. That's a Beach Boys, and there's a Ritchie family. You're welcome, Bishy. That's the last time I'm going to explain it to anybody, though. You're special, so you got an explanation. You read the show notes link, but you didn't Google it as instructed. No, I'm gonna schedule it here real soon, Backbone. I did schedule some of these shows a little bit earlier. I'm almost ready to get fully back to work. Noah's Ark Singers. The Four Tops. Donny Osmond. And there's another Learjet flat pack with a gummy roller, Ben Colder. And those are running. I do not like the camera on the iPad issue. Supposedly the new iPhones have a camera that's comparable or better than the Galaxies. At least that's what Butterfly said. There's Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, an original oldies that sealed a compilation. Leah Roberts, and another sealed original oldies. That one's volume 4. And that is running. There's a Used Corporation, Freedom for the Stallion, and It's Still Sealed. Aretha Franklin, Almighty Fire. Four Tops. And there's an Aretha Franklin that's got the original slide box on it. And that's running. Well, the iPad is within my budget. The titanium iPhone is not within my budget. So there's another original oldies compilation. There's a still sealed Morris Albert, Bobby Womack, Gable and Lombard. What's that? A soundtrack. And those are running. Welcome in, Eric. Super Soul compilation. There's a Toto that I don't know why they drilled that out like that. It's got a hole in it anyway. Sylvia Smith and Kiki D. Good evening, Tiger Eyebrows. Bishy, have you followed me on Twitch yet? I'll follow you on Twitch. There's a Kung Fu music and dialogue from the TV series The Spinners Live, and they both have the cardboard slide boxes, the original ones. And that is Stephanie Mills and Kiki D. Welcome in, Schmear. Just download it. I think it's like TikTok with only people stream for long periods of time. So it's not like 10 seconds worth of stupidity. It's like hours. The Jimi Hendrix in the Gray. Oh, and yeah, you can do that. So, Jimi Hendrix, early years. By itself, it's running. And thank you for the request. Well, Bishy, it didn't take too awful long to set up the multi-streaming to it, but apparently nobody over there wants to listen to me. Thank you, Jinxie.
Do you hear that? Life is all around you. Your care should be too. Highmark Home Care gives you more than just health coverage. We offer Medicaid plans that cover the whole you.
I don't know. I don't hang out there. I just stream to it. That's Sunny, and it's got. We better check that one. I think that's an import or something. Looks like an import. Yeah, that's from England. Nobody cares anyway. Another original oldies. That's volume 23. There's volume 9. There's volume 11. All three of those are sealed.
Hey, don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save in store or online now because Lowe's knows deals.
Oh, she's on Twitch and selling her art on there. I need to get her to follow me. I'll have to try to find her. So those ones are running. Good evening, sir. Merry Christmas. Columbia. Christmas compilation. John Clemmer. And Captain and Tennille. And those are running. Welcome in, Vendetta. You looking for 8 tracks? You just seeing what's going on. The Kendalls. one's kind of crusty. Donna Fargo, Roy Clark, and Three Dog Night Golden Biscuits. And those are running. Okay, Bishy. Raiders, Jerry Mungo with a gummy roller. There's a Kiss, Alive, missing part of the label. And another Kiki D. Those are running. Thank you, Jinxie. I assume you want the Kiss. Alrighty. Thank you. Hello, Violent Beauty Vicky. Are you looking for 8 tracks? Jim Croce. Don't mess around with Jim. Another Aretha Franklin in the original slide box. Fifth Dimension, still sealed. And a Sinatra. And those are running. Butterflies, Kiki D Country. What's Kiki D? Is that like pop? I don't know, but there she is again. Pop rock. And that's an import from somewhere. With the slide box. BJ Thomas. Cliff Richard. And the Four Aces. Mr. Bishy. Those are running. Oh. Atlantic Records. Soul Compilation. Wayne Newton. Cher. Welcome in, Buggy Balls. That's Cher's greatest hit, Springboard. Hey, who's your buddy? Syrup. I don't even see a syrup in here now. Oh, okay. Yeah, they were in here earlier. I don't know if they're still here. It doesn't look like it. There's a Jerry Lee Lewis. And there's 6 Days on the Road trucker compilation. Gene Pitney. And there's a first edition 69. I don't know if Kenny Rogers was in there or not. But and those are running. Okay, I've only got a few more left, and what I'll do is do the few that are left, and then I will scan over the ones that I did tonight that didn't sell, and see if anybody wants any of them. There's a Gene Pitney. There's a very early Cher, the Gummy Roller. I think that's a soundtrack. Chastity soundtrack. Did you see that movie, Butterfly? There's Kenny Rogers. And there's another Kenny Rogers. Did you see the movie Chastity with Cher? And that's Original Oldies Volume 1. And Marie Kane. That's the last two in the box. I'll run them. And I'll scan very briefly. No, I won't. There's nobody in here but me, Butterfly. I will scan if somebody wants me to, but it's not showing me there's anybody in here. Dynamite Star, welcome in. Are you interested in 8-track tapes? What genre is Marie Kane, Butterfly? That was her only album. Apparently, she was an actress. What was on the Aretha Franklin? Let me see. There were several of them. That's the one. That is With Everything I Feel in Me. And that is Almighty Fire. Man, doesn't look like it. And this is Let Me in Your Life. Does not want to focus. Did you see him? Did you want me to run any of those? Jinxie. All right. If you're interested in all of them, bid yourself up to $6 and I'll throw them all in. Otherwise, you'll just have to tell me one, 2, or 3. Can you just bid yourself up to $6? Just do that. It'll make it easier, so I don't have to put it in. It's running, so just bid a couple times and bid yourself up to $6. I'll throw them all in. Oh, you have to hit the bid button. Tip me a couple bucks and I'll throw them in. Thank you, Jinxie. All right, who's in here? Just me and Jinxie and Butterfly. Did you have any other ones you wanted, Jinxie? Before I raid myself and Butterfly out to somebody? Thank you, Jinxie. Alrighty. Thank you for coming, Jinxie. If you didn't follow me, give me a follow. I'm gonna do cassettes in the morning, same format, and I'll probably be back tomorrow night with another box of 8 tracks. And if you haven't tried to, if you actually repair the 8 tracks, those foam pads are probably the best ones you're gonna find. Um, but let's see, Butterfly. Who is there? Anybody on that we can raid to? Who should we raid to? I think T Sum was selling cassettes, but I don't know if he's on yet. Oh, this is embarrassing. Something went wrong.
Life is all around you. Your care should be too. Highmark Home Care gives you more than just health coverage. We offer Medicaid plans that cover the whole you, from doctors and medications to assistance with housing, transportation, and healthy meals. We can connect you to the care you need because you deserve good health all around. Because life, Highmark Home Care. Visit us at highmarkholecare.com/Medicaid.
The new season on Apple TV Plus.
Try to open the door again, or I'm gonna kill you.
Julianne Nichols was a fighter, but she died a hero.
I am not having fun, Butterfly. Are you having fun? We're gonna raid the show.